Ah, cool. Na, 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 da,
Estou contando os dias que nós passamos. O que você esconde de toda calada, não me deixe somente. Olha, olha, acho,
Howdy, howdy, cake. How are you?
Fica pelas, não me deixe um instante. Eu só tenho
I get you there. Bit of a later stream than I'm usually doing, but haven't had too much energy today. Tried to clean my room some. I started it, but I haven't been able to get any further. It bugs me a little bit. But it's fine. I'm trying to redo my hair. My hair does not like me. It's not like being in a bun. Pain, suffering, anguish, agony. Ah! There we go. Hello, Alice. How are you? How was your trip? Happy to be home. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. But yeah. Airlines be a pain. Oy, oy, oy. Wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, one, one. Wow, wow. Parents aren't home, so I have no idea what he's barking at. I'm happy you made it home safe. How was the trip? Suffering from league withdrawal. I actually bought the event pass this time. First time I've done that. For the Star Guardians. Let's see, where did we leave off? Cursor is not visible. And I want it to be. There we go. Now it should be. I believe we had just convinced Mell to join our party. What a necessary evil that was. I rag on Mell, but I don't dislike him too much. He is still a kid. He's a kid who got thrown in way over his head and just can't cope very well. Well, it looks like that's one problem solved. They finally reached the point in their relationship where they belong. Oh. If she could have come to terms with herself sooner, come to an understanding with him, then maybe she could have reeled in her ideals before she lost control of them. Yep. Oh, I also found ants in my room, which is very fun, which, is what really motivated me to clean. And, side note, I have been feeling much more itchy since that. Ha 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 ha. Oh, it sucks. I know it's a psychological thing, but it still sucks. Yeah, maybe. This Nelly and the other Nelly seem to be of the same essence. They both have a, somewhat excessive love for their brothers. And that love expressed itself by transforming him into a prince. I almost said priest, which he did become in his more recent time. She could have done the same thing as she did then as she did here. Yeah. Then maybe their tragedy could have been avoided. Yeah, but you know, that's rough. This is before then, though. Oh, I guess that is true. Since they were able to fix things up in this life, maybe it'll have a positive effect on their next life? This could change the future. They may share the same souls, but they lived in completely different times. Do you really think something like this could have any effect on the lives of people hundreds of years from now? There's no way to be certain, of course, but considering how tightly the two seem to be bound, I doubt it will have no effect. Huh. Interesting thought. I hope it has some effect. Giselle. I was there in the mansion as it all happened, and I just stood by and watched. I feel so guilty about that. If I had done something, then maybe it wouldn't have turned out like that. I hate what I was then. What I was until just recently. It happens. From the memories left imprinted throughout the mansion, I showed you bits and pieces of their lives. And as I told you their tale, the only thing I contributed was disparaging commentary. I don't feel like you were that critical of them. I absolutely was. I talked about them like they were somehow beneath me. Yes, you did occasionally offer an opinion on someone or something you showed me beyond the doors. But the fact that you were mostly detached from the events there is what allowed me to get to the core of their characters. There we go. I can English occasionally. If you hadn't been in the position you were, so you could tell me the story the way you did, I would never have been able to talk them into helping. You contributed more than criticism. Your words weren't for nothing. They made this possible. It makes me feel a lot better, hearing that from you. And if you still regret your inaction, then make up for it now by taking action here, and have faith that it will bear fruit in their next lives. I will. I wonder if Morgana might have a change of heart too. It's not like Mell wanted to bring her so much pain. He deeply regrets what he did, so maybe she won't bear quite as much resentment for him when she learns that. Yes, I know what you're going to say. If that was enough to assuage her, she wouldn't have held on to her hatred for all those hundreds of years. Yeah, she held a grudge for, just a little while, little chunk of time, you know? A little bit of time. just almost 1,000 years, you know. Oh no, over 1,000 years. Assuming that the, yeah, over 1,000 years. Jeez. Still though, I hope it does something for her, however small. As do I. It's, gotten pretty late, so I'm gonna take Nellie back to the cottage. Okay. If you have some secret plan to get the other 2 keys, could you fill me in on it tomorrow? Oh, sure. Also, I could get you another room, if you wanted. This one isn't the nicest. No, it's fine. I've come to realize I'm more at home in less comfortable environments. That's... Michael, that's not good. Am I just imagining it, or was that just as depressing as it sounded? Yeah? Yeah. My boy Michael has had it rough. That's not quite what I was going for. Well, anyway, if you're fine with it, suit yourself. As a lazy tailor says, suit yourself. That is a terrible dad joke. Say, I've got one huge lingering question, if you wouldn't mind enlightening me. Yes? Why would you go to such lengths for me? It wasn't for you, but you can think it's for you. You seem to know Morgana, so I can understand why you would be fighting for her. But me? I had a part in putting her in that tower. You have every reason to hate me. So why would you want to help me? Well, if this was all it took for me to hate someone, I would curse every last man and woman in the world. I bear no animosity for you. And even if I did, you've committed to take action. That doesn't explain why you were so concerned about us. It almost seemed like you actually cared about me and Nellie. Yeah, seeing their story, that does that for you, you know? It was like they said in the, what was it, the Bad End Theater, like, oh no, you've seen their story and got attached to them. It always inevitably happens. It's difficult not to, because everyone has their own reasons why they do things, and nobody does things, you know, for no reason. Just takes a while to see. Sometimes the reasons are dumb, but they still are there. Currently thinking about our lovely Supreme Court system. That reason is a whole lot of fear and bigotry. So, again, not always good reasons, but But we're complete strangers. We just met today. I have seen your entire life. And it was painful. Well, less painful than the other two. Because some part of me couldn't think of you as strangers anymore. Huh? That's right. When he came by this afternoon to talk, he didn't feel like a stranger to me either. I missed Nellie. I forgot how good Nellie is in this chapter. When she's not under Morgana's influence, she is less... What is the word I'm looking for? Unhinged? Yeah, that works. Like, I know we we support women's rights here and women's wrongs, but she's a bit much behind the first door. I think I've used that joke many, many times. And you know what? It's still funny. You can't tell me otherwise. It was weird, like he'd known me my whole life. Imagine just meeting some random guy who knows you, who reads you like a book the first time you meet him. Oh man. Terrifying. So I made him into my second brother. Your second brother? I guess that makes us Mell's older brother too, huh? It's better than Oda, who you'll hopefully be seeing soon. I've given up on other... I'm gonna try something. Anyways, I don't want to talk about downstream. You're more than welcome to change the order, Nelly. Michael! Make him number 2 and me number 1. I wish I could join in and be big sister number 1. I'll have to think about it. After all that, you might be number 1 material. Whoa. Why is that even up for consideration? I'm just kidding, dearest Mell. Oh. I'm still kind of confused, but anyway, I'm glad someone like you showed up. I've actually been praying every night. Forgot to send someone who can get me out of this. I really am useless all on my own. Constantly looking for someone to help me, unable to do anything by myself. And trust me, I realize how pathetic that is. And now you must have had a pretty good life to be able to be so proactive in the face of adversity. Don't know about that one, Chief. I'd say Michael's had it pretty rough. Michael has had not an easy life, that's for sure. It has not been an easy. It's a hard knock life for us. I've never seen Annie, by the way. I haven't watched too many plays, to be honest. I think, what was the last play I saw? I think it was Les Mis. Yeah, Michael's like, ha ha ha, God, I wish. My life was pain. I bet you had everyone's respect, helped people in need, had plenty of friends who had your back. Ha, no, no, no. And weren't tossed out by your family like I was. No, 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 no. You could not be more wrong, Mell. You literally could not be more wrong. You must have been incredibly blessed. I'm jealous, really. Who's gonna tell him? Sorry, that came out of nowhere, I know. Well, I should be going. See you tomorrow. Good night, Michael, brother number 2. Good night. Michael. He wasn't trying to be... Yes, I know. I just thought it was rather funny. I'm not taking a stand because I've been blessed, but because I've got nothing left to lose. I fight for Morgana because I understand what it's like to be tortured day after day. Having experienced the loss of my siblings, I didn't want the two of them to go through the same thing. If anything, it's those who have lost the most that are most likely to take action. I'm not sure if you've realized it or not, Michael. But you've gotten to be a great deal more expressive since arriving in this era. I can't see your face, but I can hear it in your voice, and I can feel it in your presence. So I'm sure it's showing there too. Making all sorts of faces I've never seen before. Some of the things you've lost, you seem to be getting back. So you can't say you've got nothing left to lose anymore. Promise me you'll let me see all these new faces for myself someday. I will. I promise. If we can manage to destroy the mansion, that should release you from its darkness and allow us to see each other again. I trust you. I have faith we can do this. Wait, but with the mansion's destruction, both our souls should be returned to their rightful places, which would mean erased from existence. Giselle? What? I just thought I sensed you grimacing. Wow, you felt that? Oh, what's the matter? Sorry, I didn't want to bring down the mood. It's just, well, and I know this is asking for the moon, but I was just thinking it would be nice if you had a life you could go back to. If I did. Yeah, I mean, here you are, expressive as you've ever been. Walking around outside, being around other people, touching grass, gross. Talking to them, after all that time in the mansion. You're socializing for the first time in your life. In your nearly 1,000-year life. The parents are home. And without a life of your own to go back to. I'm sorry. After seeing behind your door, and learning how cruel and inhumane life was to you, I feel like The world could stand to do something good to make up for it. It's done all the good it needs to. I have someone who cares enough to lament my fate. What more could I ask for? Oh. Michael. Thank you, Giselle. You're not the only one who's asking for the moon either. I wish I could have a life with you as the person I am now. And for that, knowing I have no future, feels worse now than ever before. Alrighty, that's enough moping around for one night. We should start planning for tomorrow. Things are definitely looking up. Yeah, we got a Mell on our side. Party member get. Party member getto. It only took one day to get Mell on our side. So let's keep it up and win over the other two. They're gonna be a little bit more difficult, I think. But given how they, I'm assuming we're going to go in the same order that we went when collecting the keys the first time, when we had to breach the door, to reach Giselle. So I'm assuming next is Yukimasa. I would certainly like to, yes. Psh, where'd all that confidence go? The other two won't be nearly as easy to convince as Mell. Yeah. I'm not even sure if we'll be able to talk them into helping. We do have a pretty good idea who the swordsman's in this for, though. The nun. So maybe we can get to him through her, like we did today with Nellie and Mell. Maybe. Alright, then we'll start by approaching her tomorrow. Sounds like a plan. The Lord, though. Him I'm not so sure about. Yeah, he doesn't seem to have the white-haired girl this time. I'm assuming he's from behind the third door, but we didn't run into anyone he was close with today. And in Morgana's telling of the events of the Harvest Festival, she only mentioned 5 people. Let's see, the Lord, the Swordsman, Mell, Nellie, and the Nun? There's one person unaccounted for. We just haven't run into them yet, that's all. I need to pee. I will be right back.
Faces aos olhos e rouba minha olhos, segredo-me espetam com boca fechada. Ainda estou buscando peixe ou fome interior de peles nossas poucas stesza, leżaczyn okuta, a dziewczynos zasłużając, mój tady máš pokiet hodaš koji zaspala menčila, eštolando azuljenteha, pokoj, pokoj, agua punui, vamos, vamos, Joselo. Si, 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 Faces aos olhos e rouba minha lábios, segredo-me batem com boca fechada. Ainda estou buscando o peixe ou fome interior de peles nossas. Pouco e pouco amassa de cair. Vamos, vamos, já paixão cobre as várias coisas no meu sonho. As asas dali, o pétala brilha, flor de lixo bonita e a orfanato, perna da lária. Se, Anastasia, Neżaczym okuta, a dziewczyność dla students, mój taldy, masz pokiet od szkoły, zaspala, męczyla, estoleando azuljenteha, pokój, agua vamos, vamos, ya se Faces aos olhos e rouba-me olhos, segredo-me espantam com boca fechada. Ainda estou buscando o pinch ou fome interior de peles nossas, pouco e pouco amar.
Beep bop boop. I'm back. If he's the man from the third door, I can't imagine she won't be here too. Who's losing their confidence now? In any event, tomorrow we talk to the nun. I only hope it goes as well as it did today. You've got me. You don't have anything to worry about. Or, all things considered, you might not even need me? Oh, no. Michael is terrible at socializing. We need your help, please. Queen, please. No, I wouldn't say that. You handled Mell pretty amazingly, though. I'm not gonna lie, my heart was pounding the whole time. I was afraid you were gonna slip up and say something boneheaded. But you managed to keep it together, and I didn't have to come to the rescue. Well... I could make a book of quotes out of your performance today. Oh, for the love of God, please don't. So I'm not concerned at all. Say whatever you think is the right thing to say. I'm more than happy to sit back and watch. The more you pile on the expectations, the more afraid it makes me that I'm going to trip up. Besides, I don't think I could have done any of that without you. Why not? Well, my life was hardly as pride-worthy as Mell seemed to think. So I didn't really feel like I had a right to talk to him like that. But knowing you were there, urging me on, was what allowed me to act without hesitation. So, thank you. No thanks necessary. But if you say so, then you're more than welcome. I'm glad I could be of assistance, if just a little. That you are. Now, let's keep the momentum up tomorrow. It's getting a bit late, though, so you should probably get some sleep. What is it? I kind of don't want to sleep. What? Why not? For somewhat childish reasons. Oh, are you sad you won't be able to hear my voice? Are you lonely, you poor, poor dear? I am. What? That's the last thing I expected you to admit to. Okay, well, do you want to stay up and talk for a little longer then? Not too long, though. You need to rest up for tomorrow. Yep, everybody, you need to get good sleep. Sleep is very important. For all the healths. The mental, physical, emotional, all that health. And who knows? Maybe I'll show up in your dreams if you wish hard enough. The fact that I'm even able to talk with Giselle right now is a miracle and a blessing. So it is avarice for me to yearn for more. So is it avarice for me to yearn for more, knowing you have already been granted such a great bounty? I want to see her face as much as she wants to see mine. She's infinitely more expressive than me, and I want a good long look at all those many expressions up close. I want more than her voice. Spicy. I want her whole body. I want to feel her warmth. In this era, I have all 5 of my senses. Hi, Kev! Hey, Kev, how'd the, all done? How'd the... Wasn't the last final was today, right? But hello! How are you? How are you doing? I hope it went well. Hell yeah! Very nice. That is very good. That is incredible. Especially with what you had to go through that semester. I'm glad you got through it, but oof. Yeah, definitely rest. Definitely take a long break from everything. Yeah, oof, I imagine. And those aren't easy courses to, have eye strain with. So yeah, definitely well done. Just take it easy from now on. Yeah. I hope your eyes... How are your eyes feeling today? I know you were saying your eyes were feeling better yesterday, which is good. Definitely don't overdo it, though. Also, I feel like I talked off topic way too much last stream. But I guess that is to be expected when I don't stream for like half a week. I'm glad they're doing better. That's good. Yeah, just... Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it. So yeah, now you can finally relax. Relax without any stress of like, I need to do something. Because I know the feeling all too well when you try to take a break and it's like, oh, I have things I need to be doing, but also I need to take a break, but I can't really relax because of the things. Tasks. Okay, so let's see, what do you remember from Fata Morgana? So we've gone through, we got through the first 3 doors, and then there was the 4th fake door, and then there was the real door, which was the 5th door, I guess, and then there was... Oh god. Oh, what do you have to, where are you going? Where are you taking the flight to? Yeah, there was the 5th door, and then I think the 6th door was Morgana's. Was it? Yeah, because I think we got Giselle back. Ah, okay. We got the 6th door. That was Morgana's story. And then, do you remember where you... Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough. Got Morgana's story. And then the 7th door was Michael's story. Okay, so that must have been... That was right before the 6th door, which is Morgana's story, which we are revisiting, quote unquote. Something's happening. It's very interesting. So from then, we learned about Morgana's story, how she was like born basically as like a saint. Like, when she first, like, when she cried for the first time, it stopped a drought. Well, it didn't stop it. It was just coincidence, but, you know, to the highly religious people of the time, it was, you know, a sign that she was a saint. So she started, giving her blood to people. And then at age 9, her mom sold her off to a lord who held banquets to drain her of her blood. Well, she was an attraction at the banquets. And then, so let's see, then I think she was there for some time. And then a revolt happened, and she got taken in by a slave, a fellow slave, and she lived at a brothel. And I think she lived there for about 3 years, I want to say, because I think it was till she was like 12. And then on her 12th birthday, it got attacked by bandits. And then she got kidnapped again. And it was in a slave cart. But then in the slave cart, one of the other slaves revolted back and killed the guards. And then killed all the other slaves, besides Morgana and him. And that was Yukimasa. And then she escaped from that. And then found her way to a cottage, a witch's cottage, except the witch was already dead. So she just put the old woman's body in the lake and took over the cottage and started being the witch. And then Mell came by because Mell needed treatment for his sister. Because in this time, Nellie is really, really sick. And it started as herbs, and then eventually Morgana started giving blood I say as if it's like a needle. No, she like cut her wrist and let it drip down her middle finger and like into Nellie's mouth. It was something. And then Yukimasa shows up, and with Mell Mell says like, "Hey, it's been a while since we've talked. Can you open the door so we can chat?" And then as Morgana opens the door, Yukimasa immediately jumps in and cuts off her arm, and then takes her captive for the Lord. Not the Lord as in God, the Lord of the nearby city. And then those three, Mell, Yukimasa, and the Lord, who is Jacopo, they each three have keys, and they all start selling the witch's blood as saint's blood. Or they start selling Morgana. They like mix it with like I think wine or something. And then Morgana dies in that tower, and she is enraged, and then everything in the city goes to shit. I think it was Nellie dies first, probably because she's sick, and then also, you know, she was being given like diseased blood because they, you know, it's the Middle Ages. They weren't keeping her in the best conditions. So Mell stabs his throat with a fork, and then after declaring that it was actually witch's blood, which leads them to revolt, and then basically everyone in the city dies, either in that like revolt or of just plague, because they were all drinking nasty blood. And that is Morgana's story, which we are in right now. I think we had just ended we had ended 3 days before her death. So the first day we got Mell on our side. So the next day we have to try to get we're gonna try to get to Yukimasa through the nun, who is Pauline. Yeah, and then Michael has had his own. So then after we learned about Morgana's story, then Morgana like forced open Michael's door or whatever, forced to relive his story, and Michael had a rough story. Michael was born as Michelle, and did not like being a girl, and I think, when was it? Around whenever puberty was for him, started like had like a really bad like fever and was like bedridden for like half a year or something, but after that he looked like a man, which I think is actually quite accurate to intersex experiences, but I don't know. I should know more about that. So he tried to show off to his family that he was a man, and he also dropped some big bombs. Dropped a bomb that George's fiancée was cheating on George with Didier. So George and Didier are both Michael's brothers. So yeah, and then God, there's so much. It's a lot. And then then Michael got stuck back in his room, and then he what was it? He like nearly assaulted a servant because he was having like body part dysphoria, because he was like, why do you have that thing that makes you a man or whatever? Why can't I have that? Because he doesn't have a penis, because of he's a man without a penis, which is still a man, but you know, very difficult to deal with back in that times. And then so that meant that most of the servants wouldn't come near his quarters after that. So someone volunteered to take care of him. It was George's fiance that he had outed as cheating on with his oldest brother. So she was she tortured him, pretty much. Didn't feed him for almost like a week, and then when she did come in, she dropped the water on the floor and told him to lick it up, and it was a lot. There was a lot of really bad stuff. That's why he doesn't like parsnips, by the way, is because that's basically all Amy would feed him. And it's not Amy spelled like that, it's Aimee is how it's spelled. Anyways, she gets bored of that after half a year. And then Michael spends another year in the room, and then he gets... His brothers finally come, but they're saying, oh, you have to leave the house now because Dad's gone crazy. He's gonna execute you. But Mom wants you to run away to this mansion that we have that nobody lives in. And then he went there, and then he was alone there for 8 years. And then on that 8th year, Georges did something really stupid, where he sent so Georges is a painter. And he painted at the request of their mother, he painted what Michael would have looked like as a woman at the age that he was at. So naturally, that did not make Michael feel great. And indeed, this was the despair that woke up Morgana from up in her tower, or like set her free or something. So then he bunks with Morgana for the next 2 years. They chat. And then Giselle arrives. And then, everything happens. The knights storm eventually. And turns out that the knight leading the charge to kill Michael is Didier, the oldest brother that Michael really looked up to. So, yeah, and then after he was dead, they took his body to the town that Giselle had suffered at, and then stripped it, put it up on a cross, let it hang there for 2 days, 2 or 3 days, and then burned it. Yeah, it was a lot, and the one who threw the torch to light the fire was his mother. So, yeah, every single person in his family basically disowned him, one way or another. Although, I don't think George's was intentional, he's just kind of dumb. He tries, but he's just kind of an idiot sometimes. And that kind of just tore Michael's soul to pieces. And so then he spent ages just kind of being nothing. And then he heard a voice calling for him. It was Giselle's voice. So he managed to piece himself together and make his way back to the mansion, but he didn't make it back with his memories. So, and that's the beginning of the game. Yeah, it was a crazy ride. And now we are in Morgana's door, once again, except somehow as an active participant, and trying to get all 3 keys once again to go to the tower, and this time to save Morgana. So it is, and we have Giselle in our head as like a little, like our conscience, or like the angel on our shoulder or something like that. It's great. And yeah, I did I miss anything? I think it's been a wild ride, and I cried for like half an hour. Yeah. The episode, the stream that Giselle found out that Michael was trans and accepted him. Of course she did, but you know, it made me cry a little bit. A little bit, you know, just for half an hour, just for the last half hour of stream. So, yeah, no problem. I hope I got everything. I think I got everything. Yeah, so now we're in Morgana's world? We don't know. Because it seems like we've just been, like, plopped down into her time. 3 days before her death. But now 2. Well, almost 2. Yeah, it was really good. It was a good... It's a really good part. She's like, duh, of course I accept, of course I know, of course I accept you, I love you, no matter what. And it was really cute. And now we are trying to save Morgana from her centuries of hate, because this is why the, so remember the first 3 doors? How, like, every single one of them ended in tragedy? That's Morgana's little... That's her punishment to these 3 men that ruined her life. She wants to keep reconstituting them throughout time and forcing them to live through tragedy after tragedy for basically all of eternity. So we're trying to get her out of that. It's not a healthy headspace to be in. Yeah, she's got a bit of a grudge, you know? Just a little bit, you know, for over 1,000 years, just a little bit. Yeah, it's a lot. So yeah, we are trying to, I guess, save her here. And you know, we're trying to see so we saw that Mell didn't actually you know, want to help the swordsman, but he kind of coerced him into it, threatening his sister with his sword. And of course, the problem was that Morgana never knew that, and that Mell never really did anything after the fact to try to fix it, but now we're here to try to help with that. And we convinced him with Nellie's help. Nellie is, like I said, a lot less unhinged in this door. She is a little sickly, unfortunately, but you know, she's not making wigs out of people's hair this time, I think. Hopefully not. But yeah, I think that brings us up to the... If anybody has anything I left out, please let me know. But I think that's everything. It's been a wild ride. So yeah, we are trying to dispel the curse of the mansion by saving Morgana. Giselle, though. Yeah, Giselle's basically like she's just in our head. She just talks to us. It's great. She remains dead. As lively as she may be now, that's one thing she did not get back. I truly wish she could have been here too. She would have certainly found more joy in her renewed life than me. And she certainly belongs under the sun far more than I do. But she, rather than me, was the one left behind in that realm of darkness. Yeah, and, yeah, we had gotten Giselle's story, that's right. Yeah. Her own 1,000 years of being stuck with the vengeful witch. Although the witch is not vengeful towards her, but, you know, still not a fun roommate. A fact that frustrates me immensely. In life, I would have considered a remark about seeing her in my dreams silly and saccharine. But now, I very much hope it happens. These two dorks, they're so in love. It's great. Okay, and I think 3 days until her death? 2 days until her death. So yeah, we don't have much time, unfortunately. Wake up. Come on. Wake up, please. Come on, up with you. Is that Giselle or Mell? Oh, it's Mell. Also, this is Mell. He looks a little bit more cringe than in his door. Which is understandable. He's been having a lot of sleepless nights because of the terrible stuff he's been part of. Oh, thank goodness. You were out so good, I was scared you might be dead for a minute. Good morning. How are you feeling? What? Huh? Why are you looking at me like I just kicked your cat? It's incredible how much more pleasant it is to be woken up by a woman than a boy. Michael, you're straight and you have rights, but you're on thin ice right here. That's the thanks I get for waking you up? Or did I interrupt a nice dream? I did, didn't I? And it was a dirty dream too, I bet. You definitely seem like a mind-in-the-gutter kind of guy. I will murder you. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Well, let's not be hasty now. You said you were going to help me out. That doesn't sound very helpful. And the worst part is how similar his wake-up call was to Giselle's. I'm just kidding. As you know, I can get up on my own. Fair enough, I guess. Though, put yourself in my shoes for a sec. I came in and you were still as a corpse. It startled me enough I took your pulse. You touched me while I was sleeping. It was faint, but it was there. That's wonderful news. They're handing out breakfast in the dining hall. You can go get a plate yourself if you want. It's just some bread and wine, though. Dining hall? There's quite the crowd. All the people here helping with festival prep, so you should probably hurry if you want to get some. Hold on. I need a minute. My mind's still waking up. First off, I thought you said the church wasn't offering boarding at the moment. So why a dining hall? Ah, right, it's not, but they do still offer breakfast. Blah. For free, of course. I see. Now what do you mean by festival prep? Oh yeah, the day Morgana died is also the day that a harvest festival is happening. Yay! Which means the town was packed to the brim of people, diseased people. In the Middle Ages. It was not the best. As I mentioned yesterday, the heart of the Harvest Festival is here at the church, but it's a citywide event. There are all sorts of supplies that need to be purchased, decorations made and put up, that sort of thing. So we've got volunteers from the city here to help. I see. I believe today they're supposed to be putting up decorations outside the chapel, so the courtyard should be a bustle. The courtyard? Yeah, less court, more yard, really. We passed through it on our way here yesterday. Oh, right. I think I know what you're referring to. As long as I'm here, I don't have much choice but to help with prep. I'd honestly rather set Morgana free right now, but the other two are bound to find out if either of us do anything too conspicuous. So for now, I should stick to my routine, at least where people can see me. That would be the smart thing to do. Yeah. Anyway, let me know when you're planning on doing anything. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. I'll let you know. Okay, well, I should get going. See you later, I guess. Mell, do you know where I could find the nun? Her? She should be in the dining hall. Thank you. And the other two men? The Lord and his bodyguard? They're only around early mornings and nights, so I doubt either of them are here right now. Why only then? That's when we go up into the tower. Though even if they were on the property, you wouldn't be able to just walk up and talk to them. Especially not the Lord. Also, I don't keep track of where they go or what they do. Sorry. I don't really want to know what they're up to. That's fair. So I've kept my distance. Understandable. Thank you anyway. See you later. He's holding it together fairly well, all things considered. Finally resolving to do something about Morgana took a big weight off his shoulders, I'd guess. Oh, Giselle. Good morning, Michael. Morning. It's a bit soon to be feeling relieved, I think. There's still work to be done before Mell can face Morgana. Yeah. That first step is still a big one, though, at least for him. I suppose. Anyway, it sounds like the Lord is going to be difficult to make contact with, which is what I was afraid of. Our only opportunities are when he's here to feed Morgana. Mell did say he didn't keep close tabs on the two of them, so there might be more than just that. First priority is getting you fed, though. So off to the dining hall we go! Out of curiosity, did you sleep at all? I haven't been sleepy once since I became the maid. Ah, that is both envious and kinda sucks. Actually, no, that really fucking sucks, considering that, she was the maid for, what, like, 800 years? So that's, she basically was the maid for, twice as long as a normal person would have been for 800 years. So that's, yeah, that definitely sucks. Oy, oy, oy. Although I guess right now it's a boon, but a boon for 3 days is not worth 800 years of sleepless nights. But I'm used to it, so don't worry about me. That makes me worry more. You said, you see what I'm seeing there in the darkness, didn't you? That's what it looks like, at least. which means when my eyes are closed, she has no light at all. Can we find a way to sleep with our eyes open? Maybe I shouldn't have gone to sleep after all. I know what you're thinking, Michael. And no, you're wrong. You need your sleep. This is true. Everybody here, you need your sleep. You won't have the energy to do anything if you don't keep yourself well rested and nourished. I know I got my sleep. I got a nap in today. I meant to go live earlier than this, but I napped till about 6:30-ish? Probably way long. I had longer than that. I think and then after I woke up, I just like lay on the couch for a while. As it be. Yep, here's a big... Hey cake. Look at this line. You won't have the energy to do anything if you don't keep yourself well rested and nourished. I'm calling you out right now, Cake. This is directed right at you, okay? We are animals with slightly bigger brains than other animals, so we still need, you know, basic stuffs. No? Yes. You're right. See, even Michael agrees. You can't argue with Michael. We should get going. To the dining hall. Da, 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 da. Oh, I make my way through the halls to the room with the fireplace. The area used as a living room, and the area currently serving as the dining hall. Sitting in the center of the room is a long table lined with bread and wine. Standing behind the table and handing out food to the long line of people is the nun. This being a church, no one is speaking especially loudly, but there's still an indistinct buzz hanging in the air as dozens of people whisper back and forth. The majority of the people in the room look poor, like they genuinely need the assistance, but there are a handful of those who look more than well off. That's a lot more people than I was expecting. They don't turn anyone away. Which, as I recall from Morgana's account, nearly drained the church of everything it had once. Yep, and then they needed money, and then they started selling blood. Wow. I feel it, Yeah, they don't seem to be for want of supplies at the moment, though. I assume that's thanks to the Lord's patronage. Yep. Most likely, yes. In any event, I doubt we're getting anywhere near her in the mornings. She looks like she's got her hands full. That doesn't change the fact that we need to speak with her. I'm going to try to squeeze past the crowd. What? Michael, wait a sec. Hey now, no hooting in line, young man. We've been waiting since dawn. Yeah! I think... So the Live Alive remake, as I've said, it came out, and it is voiced, which is fantastic. So the Wild West chapter is very good. It has some very good voices. All of the chapters have very good voices. I guess even including the Caveman chapter, which, you know, doesn't really have any dialogue, but, you know, they make it work. I am still in the very, very hyped stage of remake reaction, so I will probably raid into someone who is playing the remake once I do end my stream, which it probably won't be for a while. Not unless, like, everybody else goes to bed or something, because I like having somebody here listening. Please let me through. I have business with the nun.
I ain't letting you through just 'cause you told me to.
This is important.
No more important than any of our business. Our lives depend on this food. So get your tail to the back of the line.
Here we go.
Look, it's Pauline. Except she's a nun now. Yeah. Don't push yourself, okay? Yeah.
It's been a while since I've done like a later stream. What seems to be the trouble? Could I ask for a moment of your time? I need to speak with you.
Well, as you can see, I'm a bit preoccupied.
I won't take much of your time, I promise. But it's very important you...
Give it a rest already, young man. Can't you see she ain't interested? Give me a hand getting this guy out of here, fellas. What? Hey, wait. Just don't get rough, okay?
Of course, our saintess.
Pick it up, young man. You need some time outside to cool off.
I wasn't hitting on her. Is that what that's what they think I was doing? Oh my god. Or that's what they think Michael was doing. Listen, Michael is very, very happily... He would have been married if he could have been. Unofficially married. I mean, she literally lives in his head rent-free. How have I not made that joke yet? Stop! Watch the hair! And out we go. That went extraordinarily well.
You know, Michael, sometimes I can't decide whether you're calculated or reckless.
And now I realize I never got that bread.
We should wait to try to talk to the nun when she's not so busy. She has to have some free time during the day. I don't know. She seems pretty busy.
You're right.
What do you say we take a look around the mansion while we're waiting? Who knows, maybe we'll run into someone else.
Alright.
Don't let it get to you.
As Mell had said it would be, the mansion was packed compared to yesterday. Most everyone I saw appeared to be excited for the upcoming Harvest Festival. Little do they know, it's a festival of death. That's a very cheesy. It's far too cheesy. A number of them even greeted me as they passed in the halls. They were so nonchalant about it, I wasn't quite sure how to react. I was amazed that anyone, let alone multiple people, would treat me so normally, considering how far from normal I looked. You kind of do look like a vampire. Kind of got the vampire drip, but that's okay. And there were a few surprised looks, of course, but no one called me a demon or an angel based solely on my appearance. Perhaps they were just used to seeing people of all different colors around the city, so they had an easier time accepting the way I looked. No matter what the reason, though, it was quite nice being treated normal. Hey, you did not have a normal life, bud. After meandering through the mansion for a while, I make my way to the chapel. Despite knowing I have no way into the tower, part of me still wants to be near it. So I head around to the backside of the podium, where the stained glass window towers over me. It's the same as I remember.
I've always loved this window. Makes me feel like I've got an angel watching over me.
Yeah, Michael doesn't like it. Had I been given a different name, maybe I would feel the same. That said, I don't dislike it as much as I used to.
I'm glad to hear it. There's something else I'd been thinking about.
It'll come to me. Off to the side, the very back of the room, is the door leading to the observation tower. It's chained shut, though that's no surprise. The lock is the same one I saw back at the mansion.
You know what? I have to agree with something I saw somewhere. You know, can't agree with a lot of the Catholic stuff, but they kind of went off with the stained glass. They kind of went off with the stained glass aesthetic. Kind of a bop. I mean, obviously, it isn't just, you know, Catholic that use a stained. I think I think there's some Buddhist. No. There's some. I don't think it's Buddhist temples. Maybe Islamic temples. I think that have stained glass as well. I can't remember though. Stained glass is good either way. It's very, very pretty.
The lock is the same one I saw back in the mansion.
Yeah, me either. Cake might know a little bit more, due to, you know, being a history nerd.
But the chains are just regular chains. They're not glowing with that awful black light. They're simply dull and gray.
If only I had an axe, then we could just chop the door right down.
I don't think an axe would help. If it were wood, maybe, but this is metal, and rather heavy at that.
You never know. Hit it enough and anything will break eventually.
We'd be in chains ourselves long before we made it through this door.
That's true.
What are you doing here?
Hey, look, it's Yukimasa. I gotta say, bud, that haircut is not doing it for you. Not liking it. Gotta say. Kind of like a Karen haircut, honestly. Hell yeah. But yeah, this is Yukimasa in this time period. It's him.
I was under the impression you and the Lord were only around mornings and nights? And why would you know that?
Oops. Yeah, oops.
Who are you?
He's getting suspicious, Michael.
I'll take care of it. I'm a friend of Mell's.
That's actually correct now.
A friend of his?
Damn!
Does that surprise you?
Never once have I seen a friend of his before. Damn! Harsh.
He has plenty of friends, I'm sure. No one has had an opportunity to pay him a visit, that's all. Never mind the boy's social dealings. Was he the one who told you my schedule? That I work for the Lord? Got to be careful about what I say here, or he's going to start getting suspicious of Mell.
Oh, is this a save point where I need to save? Because there's a lot of very easy game overs, or bad ends in this area. Oh, never mind.
I asked him. Asked him what? I heard some talk around town saying the Lord was seen coming in and out of this estate on more than one occasion. Naturally, that caught my attention. A lowly peasant like myself almost never has the opportunity to cross paths with a lord. So, hearing he was a regular visitor here, I was hoping to have the honor of catching a glance at him. When I asked Mell about the Lord, he mentioned he had a bodyguard, which got me wondering, what kind of person would someone so distinguished entrust his life to? Dig around too much and you're liable to end up in the ground yourself. So, he told you I was the Lord's bodyguard. Was he not supposed to for some reason? No. It's true, I am his bodyguard. The question is, how did you know it was me? It wasn't difficult. You do rather stand out from the crowd. From Mell's description, I was able to recognize you almost immediately. If our roles were reversed, you would have similarly little trouble identifying me from a short description. That is true. The only thing distinct about me is my race. Where do you come from, if I may ask? Beyond the Silk Road. From the east, then. What country? Is that any of your concern?
It's just small talk, man. Chill.
No, I'm just curious. Why is your hair white? Why are your eyes red? They're naturally that color. Is that so? Nature can be quite the ball and chain.
Is it just me, or does he sound like he's sympathizing with you?
It's hard to say. Honestly, I'm still having trouble reading him.
Yeah, he's kind of a... The only time you really kind of like know what he's thinking is when he's doing a murder. And we don't want that to happen right now. I don't want to know what he's thinking right now. Because then we know he's like, he's conflicted, but he's having fun. Yeah.
Either way, it sounds like he bought your explanation. So it does, which is a relief. Now, what business do you have with this door?
Ah.
The door was not my objective. I came to look at the stained glass window. I happened to notice a door with an unusual lock off to the side, so I got curious and went to look at it up close. The area behind the pulpit is off limits. I was unaware. Maybe I'll have to put ropes up then.
Why is it off limits, though? Do you perhaps have someone locked up in that tower that you are siphoning blood from that is going to die in 2 days? Just a wild guess. You know, just a shot in the dark.
Is that any of your concern? No, but the way you're talking about it has piqued my curiosity. Do you not know how to keep your nose out of places it doesn't belong?
Nope.
Get out of here, and don't come back. As you wish. Hold on. Yes, your name. Michael. Michael. Almost the same as the angel there. That would be because I was named after him. I see. What an unfortunate name. I despise angels.
What do you say to that? It's like, but I didn't choose my name. Well, actually, hold on. Hold on. Michael did choose his name. He did choose his name. That is a... He did choose it. I mean, he didn't choose the original one that he changed it slightly to just by cutting off the L and the E at the end, but...
May I ask what yours is? I have no name.
So dramatic. You don't have... What do you...
No, never mind. Farewell.
Oh, wow, that was scary. He does not want anyone getting near that door, huh? Yep. I thought he was going to pull his sword on you.
I wonder.
Would I die if he tried to kill me? Let's not find out. There aren't many people who would get away from a blade like that, especially in his hands, unharmed.
You're probably right. Having already died once, the idea of doing so again feels wrong, somehow.
You managed to talk him down, though. I'm surprised. You're quite the accomplished liar, Michael.
Is that so?
It's hard to believe that was the same awkward, stuttering Michael I know and love.
Am I really that much of a bumbling fool normally? And we love you for it.
I wonder what he was doing back there, though. It's well past dawn.
Standing watch, presumably. With as many people as there are roaming about, he's probably worried about people, like me, getting near the door. I doubt he plans on spending much time anywhere else until the festival's over.
And with him on guard, we've got pretty much no access to the door. I sure hope we can talk him over to our side.
Mell was never an enthusiastic accomplice. His guilt is what allowed us to win him over and get him to confess everything. On the other hand, he's not likely to be so forthcoming.
It all depends on how deep his ties to the nun are. Presumably, she's the reason he's involved.
That said, we managed to communicate well enough.
Are you still sore that I called you awkward?
No, I don't mean me. I mean him.
What? Oh.
He was far from rational or coherent when he was living with you in the mansion. This is true. He's not bestia, whatever.
So true, bestia. So true. I definitely said. I probably made that one of the titles of the streams, didn't I?
And if I didn't, I missed out on a good opportunity.
You're right, he does seem like a completely different person here. Losing his memory in the shipwreck was probably what triggered his transformation into the beast. So I guess this must be what he was like before that.
What he carries inside him is no different now than it was then.
Rip. You know, we're just having a low vibe night. We're just big chillin'. Big chillin'. We used all our vibes, now we're just recharging. We're in our recharging period. We're in our it's the refractory period. Yeah, chilling after the final exam, yeah. Yeah. Definitely deserve to. Oh geez. Hey, I didn't say anything. Don't worry about it. Oh but.
He's simply able to hold himself in equilibrium now. He's keeping a balance between his rational human side and his violent beast side.
He does somewhat remind me of Bestia during his short period of calm.
That or the glimpse we got of him on the ship, while he was still a merchant. I would say that's probably closer to the man here now.
Huh? The ship? Oh yeah, we only got that memory. Giselle never saw it.
You were the one who showed me the memory.
What? I have no recollection of that. I guess we just got like a thread of Yukimasa's memories. And I'm gonna call him Yukimasa, because I don't know what his name is in this time period, but maybe it's the same, maybe it's not. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you also mentioned seeing another woman's memories behind the second door, didn't you? From outside the mansion. Oh, yeah. Ah, that's right. Pauline. Ha ha ha. Man, that was painful. Man, watching... being in Pauline's shoes as she got killed by Yukimasa was... a lot of pain. That was rough.
You didn't see them, though, as I recall?
All I'm aware of is what took place within the mansion, as well as whatever Morgana felt like telling me.
Resonation.
What?
Nothing. Morgana mentioned something about me resonating. I don't know why I would be capable of such a thing, but because of it, what it allowed me to see, it's all but impossible for me to ignore the plight of these people. Anyway, the point is, however rational he may appear, we mustn't forget that that is not the whole picture. Yeah, he could just go crazy and kill everyone at any moment.
Captions what?
Anyways, he is much a killer in this life as he was in his next. He's a man of many faces. The gentleman he was around his lover, the brutal, merciless man he was on the ship, and the beast that lurks beneath it all. Everyone acts differently depending on who they're around. But there's something unsettling about how he does it. I do wonder what he meant when he said he had no name.
As I recall, he was from somewhere far, far away in the second door. And he looks Asian here too, so maybe he's from the same country?
He said he crossed the Silk Road, so the eastern end of the continent, presumably. Wonder if he has the same name or not.
It was an unusual name. Oh, what was it? Ukulele!
Yeah, that was it, Giselle. You got it in one. No, that wasn't it. It was eucalyptus, I believe. Swing and a miss. I get the feeling we're both wrong, and that I'm farther off than her.
What did she say?
Ukulele? I feel like they're both about as close as each other. It's not the kind of name we're used to hearing or saying.
Hopefully we'll be able to get it out of him.
Hopefully. But for the time being, we should go looking for the nun. I imagine she doesn't have her hands quite as full by now.
Yeah, but what if she tells us it's none of our business? And she makes a nun joke, and then we die on the spot. Probably not. To the courtyard we go, then. Wow, the crowd just keeps on growing. Are they all helping with the decoration?
Cake, what has the lowest vibe you've gotten, Ben? I feel like you consistently have, like, high vibes. Would seem so. Preparation for the festival is in full force.
I found the nun. She's over there. She's got a bunch of people around her, though. What should we do?
It's her secret is stealing my vibes. It's why I have consistently low vibes. She's leeching off of my vibes. I'll force my way. Michael, have you not learned anything? I'll force my way through.
How about plan B this time? Michael!
Vibe pyre.
Are you alright, Michael? You went down pretty hard. Oh, you're such a weakling, dearest Michael.
This is true. He's a twink, but he's our twink.
I don't weigh that much. Not enough to knock you over jumping on your back.
You gave me no time to brace myself.
Pish posh. My Mell would have had no problem catching me, and then he would have spun me around like a princess at a ball.
Unreasonable doesn't even begin to describe your expectations. Are you sure you should be running around like that? I thought you were in rather poor health.
Amazingly, I'm actually feeling pretty good. And I haven't even had any medicine today. Oh yeah, she also has 3 days. Well, I guess everyone here has 2 more days, huh? Maybe because I cleared things up with Mell yesterday? I cried my eyes out last night, but I feel better now. Yeah, that's definitely understandable. You had to hear your brother talk about how he aided in the capture of the woman that's kept you alive for like half a year by now? I don't know. I'm glad to hear it. They do say health is as much mental as it is physical. So you might keep getting better if you stay positive. That explains why I feel so crummy all the time. Just don't push yourself. Why, thank you for your concern, my dearest Michael. She's taken quite a liking to you. How do you like that? It's nice, isn't it? I'm more not sure how to react. Oh, just go along with it. You know you want to. I wish I could be there too. Want to pat that sweet little head of hers. Me too. Bop, 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 bop. What do you think she is, a cat? Now that she's opened up, though, I will admit she is rather sweet. Oh, there you are, Nellie. Don't run off like that. You scared me. It's not my fault you lost sight of me, dearest Mell. I'll try to keep a better eye on you. So, you came to check out the courtyard, Michael? You know, you really stand out from the crowd. You're so pale, I could tell it was you from way off in the distance. I am well aware of how conspicuous I am. Yep, it's because he has it. It's literally because he doesn't touch grass. Touch grass, not touch the bass. What? But everyone's acting so unconcerned. It's honestly kind of disconcerting. I can't say people don't think you look unusual, but no one's afraid of you or anything. It's not easy looking different from everyone else, is it? It comes with its disadvantages, yes. And she would have had to deal with the same thing. Yup! That's another thing I regret. I wish I could have treated her more like a regular person. I guess I just wasn't mature enough to accept her. You're both kids, it's tough. I mean, you're like 17. Oh my god. Such a baby. I say as I'm only 5 years older. You spent much of your life in a very sheltered environment. So it's only human you would have difficulty accepting something that didn't fit within your worldview, your view of the world. That doesn't make you a bad person. Regardless, you did treat her like a regular person. That's the reason she accepted your invitations to go on walks. I guess. Question, you know what she looks like, right? I do. More or less. We've seen her worse. We've seen her, you know, a little bit more skeletal. What did you think the first time you saw it? I know that's not the most tactful question, but I thought nothing of it. I simply saw her as a person, as a girl. I see. Well, what do you know? It looks like I am a bad guy. And you're a right saint. No, I've simply seen much worse. Ha 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 ha. Wow. Mell is like, oh, wow. Yeah, you have had it rough, huh? You know, you kind of remind me of her. I do? I mean, you're much more personable than her, but Oh, what's the word? It's not just the way you look, but there's something a little different than everyone else about you. Like an aura or something, I'm not sure. It's the protagonist aura. Oh, I'm sorry if I offended you. I wasn't trying to insult you or anything. But, I mean, like yesterday, you were talking like a prophet. I'm almost beginning to think that maybe you really did see a vision from God.
Enough with all the grown-up talk already. You lost me ages ago.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Who cares if Michael is a saint or a prophet or the archangel himself? Michael is my second brother. Besides, he doesn't look all that weird to me. The saintess is probably just an ordinary girl, too. I'm big enough now that I won't think badly of her, no matter what she looks like.
You are, yeah.
And when she's free and feeling better again, maybe we can get together and bake something.
Okay, that would actually be really cute. That would be really cute. I feel like they would get along, actually. Like, in a very odd way. Like, you know, of course, Morgana would be like, oh, she's too bubbly and energetic for me, but inside she's very tsundere like that. Tsundere. Can you get it? Tsundere? Tsundere. Tsundere? There you go, you got it once. Not Cinderella. That reminds me of a terrible post I saw. There was, I don't know who thought it was a good idea to make these shoes, but they were two shoes, and one had the word fuck on them, and the other one had racism on them. And one of the comments was like, I don't know which one would be better to like lose at the ball like Cinderella. like that's such a bad idea. Like, yes. Make it so if you lose one of the pairs of shoes, you just have the racism shoe. Or just the fuck shoe. Like, I mean, I guess, you know, that incentivizes them to rebuy the pair, or something like that, even more so, but that's just so... Why? Such weird marketing.
That would be lots of fun. She'll forgive you, I'm sure of it.
You know, maybe we shouldn't be talking about this so loudly. Wouldn't want anyone to overhear us.
Oh, right, sorry. But everyone's so busy prepping for the festival, I'm sure we're fine.
Better safe than sorry, though.
As you say, dearest Mell. So, Michael, are you here to help with prep?
No, I was hoping I could find some time to talk with the nun.
With all the people coming and going, she's going to have her hands full until the festival starts.
Well, that's unfortunate. Is it that important that you talk to her? She may be able to give us information that could assist in acquiring the second key.
The second key? You're not saying she's involved too, are you?
By my estimation, she doesn't know anything. She is, however, very much connected to the swordsman. Much like you acted to help your sister, I believe the nun is his driving force.
Are you serious?
I find that hard to believe. I mean, she's such a loving, charitable woman. And he's, well, a savage brute. No arguments here. A murderer. It has to be her, though. Have you ever seen the two of them acting particularly close?
Never. She's kind to everyone.
I've seen them talking once or twice, sure, but she wasn't acting any differently than she does around anyone else. It certainly didn't seem like they had anything going on. No illicit romance. Ooh, spicy.
Maybe they're hiding it? Surely there's
something between them. Yeah, there's probably something between them, but don't call me Shirley.
I would certainly presume so.
Nuns aren't allowed to be romantically involved, so they could be having secret trysts? Is it trysts? Is that how you pronounce that? Trysts. I got it once. A forbidden romance! How exciting! So, you need to talk with her then, Michael? Leave it to me.
Nellie has been quite resourceful. I mean, I think she was always kind of bright, even in her own way. She knew she was getting used as just a pawn in her Ow, why is my eye like this? Ow. You can do it?
Well, right now she's showing people how to make the decorations. Weaving straw into crowns and flowers and other things. I know how to make them too, so I can take your place teaching for a little.
I appreciate it, but if anyone should be offering to help, it's me.
There's a bunch of them already done, like over there, hanging off the tree branches. Besides, do you know how to make a flower crown, Michael? You don't seem the type. Can you make those?
Yeah, that's what I thought. They're very intricately designed.
You'd have to be really good at weaving to make those, let alone teach other people how. You should take her up on her offer.
You're right. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated.
You got it. I'll let her know you want to talk, so just hold tight. And you, dearest Mell, are coming with me. You get to help make decorations.
I'm no good at this stuff, though.
No, I said you're coming, and that's all there is to it. With me as your teacher, you'll be a pro in no time.
Yeah, alright, you win. Let's go. Nellie seemed to be in good shape, and it doesn't seem like last night caused any problems for them. I'm relieved. Hopefully, they can continue down this path.
They'll be fine, I'm sure.
I pray that they will be. Now, we should have a little time before the nun is available to talk, so I would really like to find some shade.
Is it pretty bright out today?
I thought you could see through my eyes.
I can, yes. I can see what's going on, just not as clearly as you. Not enough to tell how strong the sun is, for example.
I see.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I say, but the backs of my eyes are starting to hurt.
Yeah, touching grass is painful. Don't do it. Touching grass is gross. Bleh.
2 days now, with hardly a cloud in sight.
Ooh, pretty. There you are. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. It's tough to get the Pauline voice, because she looks so different. Like, it is Pauline under there, but I never, when I first played this, I don't think I ever expected Pauline to be a nun. It's very interesting. Especially given how the other ones didn't change too much, but she did say at some point, I think, that that her wish would be to be, in her next life, to live near the sea, something like that. So, thankfully that got granted at least. Having a nice life did not get granted, unfortunately, but there's always next time, you know? Next time to not get killed by your lover. Brutally and painfully. Anyways.
No worries. I apologize for pulling you away from your duties at such a busy time.
After that little surprise this morning, I figured you must really have something you want to say.
I do. Something very important. And if possible, I would like to discuss it with you somewhere more private.
Let me guess. You going to propose to me?
Yeah,
Now, you should know better than that. I am a servant of God the Father. He's the only companion I'm permitted to have.
No, I just want to...
I know, I'm kidding. I just wanted to tease you a bit. There's the Pauline we know. There's Pauline. I can't be away for very long, though, alright?
I will do my best to keep it short.
Okay, let's head inside the Fata room then.
After you. May I ask you something, Giselle?
What? Yes, what is it?
Is there something about me that makes people want to tease me? Yes. Absolutely. 110%. Listen, when you act stoic and standoffish, it makes people want to break that and fluster you. I've seen it many times in other VTuber streams. They want to. There's a very big market for that gap moe there. Gap moe. There we go. No. Okay, I got it.
No, not at all. What would ever give you that idea?
If you say so. I guess sarcasm doesn't translate well into mind speak.
Alright, you have my undivided attention. Make yourself comfortable and speak whenever you're ready. I am here to help those in need. My ears are at your service. The good, the bad, the ugly. Tell me anything and everything.
Yeah, she's probably heard a lot. But I have a feeling we're gonna still be able to surprise her. You're a nun. You should probably be a little more particular with your conversation topics.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I actually want to talk about you rather than myself.
About me?
You or the people you associate with, I suppose.
Oh, you charmer! I told you, I am only married to the God the Father. I can't do anything with you. I'm sorry.
Are you acquaintances with that Asian swordsman?
The Lord's bodyguard? I mean, I know of him, but I can't say I know terribly much about him.
Ma'am, lying is a sin.
What?
I was under the impression you were quite intimate with him.
Did someone tell you we were?
No, that was just the feeling I had. I enjoy crack ships.
Remember, I am a nun. Whatever you think you saw, you were probably imagining. I'm not allowed to give any man special treatment, let alone be intimate with one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's something between you two, though.
What do you mean, something between us?
Maybe you should try telling her what we know about him here?
His primary motivation is to keep our church running, after all.
Is he not here to keep this church, your church, in operation?
Is he... what?
Did he tell you that he was?
He did.
Oh, really? That's a little... No, that's quite surprising. I hardly ever see him talking to anyone. Just, get near the door that he's guarding and he gets real chatty, you know? real fun conversation we had. Are you friends with him?
Perhaps acquaintances would be a better word.
Oh, well, he seems to be a nice enough fellow.
Are you really not close with him at all?
No, so if he told you he was trying to protect this church, it would have been out of a sense of gratitude, nothing more.
Gratitude for...
A while back, he was in a pretty bad place in life, and I gave him some food. This was when I wasn't all the way out here, but at a church in the city.
There were other nuns too there, as I recall.
Right, we also served as an orphanage, so it was us and a ton of children. I've since fallen out of touch with them, though. But as servants of God, it's our responsibility to offer assistance to those in need. Which is exactly what I did for him.
Give him the Gluck Gluck 5000. That's the... Why did I say that? What is wrong with me? Ignore what I said. Strike that from the record. Strike it from the court record. You didn't hear anything.
No special treatment. I just did the right thing. So whatever you think you saw between us, there's nothing there.
You're Pauline, though, aren't you?
No. My name is Marie.
Marie? How can that be? How can she not be her?
Marie. That sounds like a name. That sounds a lot like a name we heard behind the third door. But I don't think they're the same person.
I concur. There's no guarantee everyone's name has to be the same. Mell's and Nellie's were, which just made us think that they all would be.
That's true.
And on the subject of assumptions, it's possible her connection to the swordsman is also a flawed one. Because again, all we have to go on is Mell and Nellie. Though, in Morgana's story, pretty sure he said something along the lines of doing what he did to keep her church running. Was he not referring to this woman?
I should get back down to the courtyard then. Nellie won't be able to handle everything on her own. It would be great if you could help out with the preparations too.
1 second.
Hmm?
There's absolutely nothing going on between you?
Why can't you just accept the answer I've given you? I don't like being so blunt, but you're really overstepping your bounds. I said there's nothing, and there's nothing.
What do I say? If she leaves now, it won't be easy getting another chance to talk to her. Will I be able to get him to tell me his story without having her on my side, though? Will I be able to get his key?
Maybe you could try talking to him with Mell there? The two of you together could convince him to give up his key.
When I encountered his shadow in the mansion, he told me that if I'd mentioned the key to him in the past, he would have cut my head from my shoulders on the spot.
Ah. Then, should we try to find the Lord first instead?
I think I'll try to shake her up. Take a leap of faith on there being something between them.
Happy now? I should really get going.
Hold on. Just one last thing.
Yes?
Would it be possible for you to grant me access to the observation tower?
The tower? Why?
Because the Lord and his bodyguard are keeping someone imprisoned at the top of it.
What?
They've locked up a girl with miracle blood.
It's not very appropriate to joke about things like that.
I am not joking. The medicine you are handing out, that's real human blood.
What proof do you have?
I have someone else who can corroborate my story.
And what proof do you have that they're telling the truth?
When you hear what he has to say, you'll know. But the greatest proof is his key.
Sorry, but there's no way I can believe someone's being imprisoned here. Claims are an affront not only to the good people who give their time, money, and hard work to the church, but to God himself.
Open the door, and you can see for yourself.
I can't. I don't have the keys.
And does that not seem the slightest bit unusual to you? Does it not make you think they may be hiding something?
No, because I know what's being kept in the tower.
You know?
The observation tower is the Lord's personal property. He stores his money and valuables there because the church is less likely to be broken into than its manor.
His money.
Even thieves fear God. So you can understand why you would want to keep his property here.
Does that actually make sense, though? If he's so afraid of thieves, surely he can afford to hire guards.
He doesn't like keeping guards around.
Why not?
Haven't you heard? There have been several failed assassination attempts. The Lord is not a bad man. He can just be rather aggressive in his work, which has a tendency to make a man enemies. Some of whom want to see him dead.
Well, that's the same as the third door.
And keeping his wealth at hand only increases the risk. Now are you satisfied?
Insist all you like, but he's not keeping money in that tower. He's got a...
Are you after the Lord's wealth? Is that what this is about?
What?
Again, I don't like being so blunt, but who do you think I'm more likely to believe? The Lord, who's been supporting me in this church? Or you, who showed up out of nowhere demanding me open the door?
I'm telling the truth. There's a dying girl in that tower.
I'm sorry, and I don't want to do this, but if you keep this up, I'm going to have to call the gods. I really must be going now.
The swordsman, he helped imprison the girl in the tower, so he could get the money necessary to keep your church up and running. With your help, we could stop this.
Take some time to cool off. Would it have killed her to be a little more open-minded? I really hope she considers the possibility we're telling the truth, even just a little bit.
She's so defensive because she trusts the Lord that much? Or is her trust in the swordsman? Or maybe it's simply because she doesn't trust me.
Well,
I think I'll head back to the courtyard. She is right. You did literally arrive in town yesterday, so a bit difficult to trust. I need some time to consider our next move.
That's a good idea. And there might be something Mell and Nellie can do to help out.
Perhaps. Yeah, if we have Mell talk to her. Because she seems somewhat close with Mell. Mell and Nellie, if they... Well, she'd just say, oh, you've tricked these poor innocent youth into believing this fanciful story. How could you do such a thing? The nun denying any involvement with the swordsman and him being so inscrutable. I find myself at a complete loss as to how to go about crossing the wall, standing in the way of getting the truth out of him. That was a marathon of a sentence. Ow! My mind brings me back to the events of the second door, the most savage of the three tragedies. Yep.
You know,
going back to Live Alive or Live Alive, it really feels like spoiler characters story could have been a chapter in the. I feel like Orsted. Yeah, well, I'll say his name. Whatever. Everybody. Don't want to spoil Live Alive, but I do also have it on the channel, so you've probably seen it. Anyways, don't listen for like half a minute. But I feel like Orsted would Orsted and Morgana are pretty similar. Honestly, they're both people that got so betrayed, so thoroughly betrayed by those closest to them that they swore off the world. They held such hatred. To be fair, Morgana only holds the hatred for those three closest, but Orsted went a bit further, you know. Killing all of Lucretia and possibly annihilating all existence across all time. A bit dramatic. He is, but there's definitely a reason that you know, like I said, I'm disappointed that there's not more gay cowboy fanfic, but to be fair, most of the fanfiction is about Orsted because dear God, that man went through so much. Oh my God. Oh man. Let's see. Yeah, it's a similar tale there. Just betrayed time and time again and again, and just when there seemed hope, and it's rough. Things he did then were undeniably inhuman. Which makes me wonder if his perspective on these events would have any influence on Morgana's perception of him. I wonder who Michael is most like from the, maybe one of the inheritors? From the Kung Fu chapter? Because a lot of them were... I think basically all of them were... Well, Yuan wasn't. Yuan was just cowardly and basically coerced into stealing stuff. But Li and Hong were basically forced into these lives that they didn't, want. I'm trying to think. I mean, to be fair, he would also probably relate to Orsted, which apparently I learned that if you go into the final chapter with Pogo as your main character, he will give Orsted a hug, which, oh my God, that man needs it. That man needs so many hugs. And I recently saw some really cute fan art that was it was Cube and Orsted was giving him, or Cube was giving Orsted coffee, which, like, is so cute. Like, oh my God. My boy Orsted needs... Oh, he went through it. I talked about that. God, he went through it. Oh boy. But anyways, apparently there's, like, a little bit of extra stuff that they added for the remake. I think, like, there's like a true final boss, and Orsted can deal the final blow to it, which is really cool. Like, he breaks free and deals the final blow, which is really a nice touch. Yeah. But man, Orsted. Jesus. Thinking that literally everyone he knew and loved betrayed him and thought of him as a demon. It's very tragic.
But yeah, if you haven't played Live Alive, sorry for spoiling it, but you should still play it. And the remake is a very good way to do that. I'm very excited. I don't know if I talked about this last stream. Apparently, Mori Calliope of Hololive EN really wants to play it, and apparently has not played the game before. She like saw a Japanese friend of hers playing it like 3 years ago or something, I think is what she said, and she was like, "Oh, that's really cool. I want to play that," and then never ended up doing that. So I really hope she gets the permissions, because not only is it a big streamer playing it, it's a big streamer playing it for the first time, which... And could you imagine if that like started a trend of more VTubers playing it? Oh man, I don't know. I'm very excited for I'm excited where the remake will go. Anyways, I think I've gushed a total of like probably an entire stream about the remake already. It's just very good. I have been non-stop watching people playing it. Let's see, what did we do? That's right, we're trying to see if the, anyways. I mean, we were kind of on topic for a little bit, because Orsted is such a tragic character that he almost fits right in here, honestly. Like, if he didn't, he basically became, what was it, the King of Demons, or I guess Lord of Dark, instead of, Morgana becoming a witch. They're very similar. They both had such intent. Well, Orsted didn't die, but he probably wished he did. He did die eventually, but boy, he went through it. Just like Morgana. It would be interesting to see if we were able to see things from Princess Alicia's perspective and Straybo's perspective. Straybo especially, he has not been redeemed very well. There's like you can read his mind in like I think I showed it on stream. You can read his mind in Akira's dungeon, in Akira's not post game, final chapter dungeon, and he's like, "Oh." I think all he says is like, "Oh, did I cause all this?" He's like realizing, like, "Oh shit, I fucked up," and it's like, "Yeah, you did, you really did, bud. You messed up big time." Anyways, if at all, a positive influence seems the less likely. Was he man or was he beast? If nothing else, he wanted to be human in the beginning. What was it that he truly desired? If he hadn't been under Morgana's curse, would he have wanted to be the same killer he was? Killer, not color. Where'd we go now? Did we go... Oh. Blinding sunlight drags me from my thoughts. A radiance brighter, more intense than any I've been under today. Or rather, it's probably more my mind interpreting it that way because my eyes can't handle anymore. Overstimulation, I get you, buddy, I get you. Oh! In a matter of moments, all I can see is white. Michael, are you alright? I feel a sharp pain, like someone's yanking the back of my eyes. I'm fine. I just need some shade. Oh, Giselle's voice fades away. From somewhere, I think I can hear her calling my name, but instead of sound, all that reaches me is more pain. Then the world starts tilting toward me. No, not the world. It's me who's falling. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Oh, we're alive. I'm not at the mansion? Where am I? Whoa! Oh, this part's weird. Hi, Morgana? Morgana. Not Madonna. Not Madonna. You deserve a lot of head pats. So many head pats. You're awake. Morgana? What are you doing here? Does my appearance disturb you? That is to be expected, I suppose. I am hardly what you would call attractive, after all. Morgana. How do you know my name? How do I know your name? I came to save you. Where is this? Aren't you in the... Huh? What just happened? I tried to say observation tower, and my voice completely disappeared. Where is this? I'm not sure how you couldn't know. This is the witch's cottage by the lake. I found you unconscious outside my door, so I presumed you came here in search of my herbal medication. Unconscious? Outside her door? Stray cat boy. Your arm. Oh, what? This is before she lost her arm. Does that mean I've traveled even farther into the past? Or could this be... You must get yourself far away from this place, Morgana. Better yet, escape to another country entirely. Where did that come from? I have no means of survival if I leave. In that case, beware of two men who will come to visit you. You must not open the door for them. What do you mean? They're a flaxen-haired boy and a swordsman, I presume. Why do I lose my voice for all the most important details? Is this really the cottage by the lake? Take a look out the window and see for yourself. There's nothing there. Nothing outside the window. No, that's not exactly right. A reddish black fog churns beyond the window. Yeah, churns. Churns is such a ick word. Churns. I churn my butter. It's just wow. A pretty lake, is it not? Not that I have any place talking about beauty. Now I understand. This isn't the real world. It is your world, then. Morgana? Or is it a world within our dreams? May I ask who you are? I once spent much time at your side. Huh. This is also very strange. It was always you who was talking to me, and now you don't even know my name. Shall we talk for a bit, Morgana? If you're going to try to convince me to leave, I won't have it. And please watch what you say. There's something very unsettling about your choice of words. As you wish. In that case, let's talk about ourselves. For so long, I fought to fend off the things you said. Because I had any particular dislike for you. But because I was afraid of how entrancing the sound of your voice was. I empathized with the feelings seething through your words,
and that understanding almost allowed them to consume me. There was a mysterious magnetism to your voice. And as emotionally unstable as I was at the time, I couldn't possibly have withstood giving in to it.
You're saying my voice is unpleasant.
I hope my voice is not too unpleasant.
Not at all. It was beautiful. Frighteningly so.
I want to try again. I want you to tell me about yourself. The things you see and feel.
I will not be telling you or anyone else about myself. Because
they would have to be inhuman to empathize with you. In that case, we can start with me instead. Honestly, I don't want to talk about myself either. Very understandable. Because it makes me feel pitiful, worthless. It's a story I would rather pretend never happened. This is definitely good character development, though, because he was so terrified to tell Giselle the story, and it was so difficult for him to do so, that it took Morgana's doing for it to happen. And now here he is telling it willingly. That's some growth right there. Our boy is growing. It's good. And it's not a story I can just tell anyone.
But you can tell me?
Indeed. I was born into this world, female.
What?
From a young age, being a girl felt somehow wrong. Uh-oh, I might cry again. And as I grew older, my body developed like a boy's. Not entirely, though. My body is incomplete. I'm missing one thing every man is supposed to have.
Gross. Don't tell me about that.
The change drove my mother to madness, and she hid me away, for I was unfit to be in the presence of others. It was when I was 14 years old, and that marked the end of any semblance of normalcy in my life. Morgana, you once told me that our fates were decided before birth, both yours and mine alike. I spent my whole life rejecting that notion, insisting I was a normal person, fighting to prove I was indeed male, which you are. But now that it's all over, I think you were right. My fate was always set in stone. Perhaps, if I had stopped trying to fight it, if I had shut up and accepted it, I could have lived a longer life. Could have not left Giselle behind.
Do you regret your choice?
No, I do not. No matter what could have been, I had to hold my ground. I had to keep shouting, because if I hadn't, it would have rendered my very existence meaningless. No matter what misfortune the decision may have brought, I must not regret it. Everyone has some principle, some belief, some fundamental aspect of themselves that they must always stand in unwavering support of. Or perhaps must not lose sight of, would be a better way to put it. For if we do, we lose sight of ourselves. It's a hill to die on, so to speak. For most people, these beliefs have probably been internalized so deeply they aren't even aware they hold them. What we carry inside us is unique. Difficult for other people to understand, to accept, forcing us to walk a path of solitude and persecution. I believe you genuinely do have miraculous powers. And who knows, maybe your blood is special too, but I think your real power lies in your voice and its ability to enchant anyone who hears it. But it was something you were born with, not something you asked for. Was it not? I am a saint and the daughter of God. That is the lot I was given, and that is the path I must walk. If I stray from this path, or stop walking, I will no longer be myself. It would make me worthless. We mustn't lament the solitude we were dealt. Maybe not. I think if either of us had had someone, even one person who accepted us, oh my god. That is literally the crux of Orsted's story. He is so fixated. If you just have someone, one person who believes in you, you can still keep fighting. I think it's true too. And I think that includes you as well. I think if you yourself still believe in you, you can still keep fighting. No matter what happens. I think... Yeah, Morgana is such a queer allegory. To be fair, she's very similar to, Michael. She resonates a lot with him, who is literally queer, so... But yeah, Orsted's, entire plot was... I have to have someone that still believes in me. And he relied on that so much that when the last person he thought would be the one to believe in him refused him and killed herself, it broke him. Because he didn't believe in himself. He was... I saw a good... I think there was, I think it was on a comment on some fic or something. It was something like that. That he was so fixated on validation from others. That he was a hero. That he was going to save the day. That he never really came into his own. I don't know. It's very interesting seeing the parallels there. And, these both being some of my favorite games. They have such a similar message, hope in the face of overwhelming persecution. It's a good message. Difficult message. A very important one. And one that can be a little cheesy, but, it's very important nonetheless. Would have caused us to see the world in a much different light. I know you had people like that, who treated you like a regular girl. But they're gone now. And have you never leaned on their memory? Comes back to me from time to time. But even then, they were different than me. They were so full of kindness, so very human. How they taught me to experience their joy. Not even they could change what I ultimately am. I left my humanity behind far too early in life. And what about you? Do you have anyone special? I do. And do they treat you like a normal person? She does. However, you still know that you're different, that you can't fit in with everyone else, that you're abnormal. You do, don't you? I am very conscious of that fact, that on a fundamental level, I am still gray. So long as I am who I am, that will always be so. Nevertheless, her acceptance allowed me to step onto the path she walked. A path wide enough even for me, despite my abnormality. You are, I expect, only half right about that. You're a man capable of making compromises, with a spirit strong enough to try to walk the path of humanity, while still being an outsider to it. I could never do that. Someone could be standing there, some ordinary, but incredibly kind and accepting person, holding their hand out for me. I don't think I could take it, because I know that if I do, it will only bring more pain. So, if I am to take anyone's hand, it must be someone inhuman, someone fundamentally abnormal. Not just mentally or emotionally, but on a deeper level, intrinsically different. Morgana, maybe you could do it. Maybe you could understand even the tiniest bit of my fate. You could do that, couldn't you? Just adopt her already. You and Giselle would be great parents to Morgana. I want to see that world. Then do it. Understand me. Empathize with me. Take some of the weight off my back. Morgana, I have every intention of doing everything and anything I can. But you have to understand. I am not from this time, Morgana. Cannot promise you I will be around much longer. So instead, take as much time as you need to find someone who will accept you, and with them, slowly bring yourself back onto the path of humanity. It will not be easy, I know. Constant fear at the looks people give you, dreading the things they think and feel about you, terrified by the thought they might abandon you at any moment, the ever-present anxiety about whether you're able to fit in with them. But I know you can do it. I know you can bring yourself to a place you can love, like what you had 4 years ago. You really are. Michael, you may think talking to my past self can change something, but you're sorely mistaken. Nothing of the girl you see there remains. Poke and prod at the past all you like. It won't change anything, my dear. It's all too far gone to have any effect. I wonder. Oh, hey. Hi, Giselle. Oh. I am feeling really tired. And I've been going almost 3 hours, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for now. I was wanting to go until we got to we got the second man's key, but I don't think I'm feeling up for it right now, if that's alright. Which does make me worry some, considering I am close to 100 followers, and maybe I'll consider doing something else. I don't really have any ideas what I would do for 100, but feel free to give me suggestions whenever. Let me see. Oh. Okay, cool. It's nice to see some. It's always nice to see bigger streamers playing Live Alive. Live Alive. Sorry, that's how it's pronounced, apparently. That is true. I could always do the Mega Man, the Battle Network 4 stream belatedly. That is true. Let me see if anybody I know. It's been a while since I've rated somebody I know. It's always a nice feeling. Hylia, what are you doing, girl? Oh my. Alright, we're gonna raid into Hylia VT. Let me make sure there's nobody else. Because I do always appreciate raiding into new people, but let me see. Let me just double check who's alive, but Hylia VT is a very good streamer. Highly recommend you go follow her. Oh, that was terrible. Somebody's playing Neon White. That game sounds good. I want to play that probably whenever I get a new computer, perhaps, which hopefully shall be very soon. Because God, it's taken so long. Okay, let's raid into Hylia VT. Doing some model art, which is why I was so, a booba warning, I suppose. She does have them covered, but that is CT. Yes. I know that now. There we go. I can spell, I swear. But, yeah, prepare for Booba jump scare in 3, 2, 1. Also, love you guys. See you guys soon. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for stopping by. I'll try to go live earlier tomorrow. Probably at my usual time, I'm thinking. So, but it's probably going to be Everhood, so you probably don't want to have the screen on tomorrow, I will say. It's a very trippy game. Anyways, let me raid. Alright, I'm gonna raid for real now. Bye-bye. Good night.